Trip, Gene, congratulations. You fellas have made it into the next evolution of this competition. Now we're sending you back to your home forges to recreate this. Your final challenge is to forge a Marine Corps officer's sword, also known as a Mameluke. You'll have 4 days at your home forges in which to complete this challenge, and at the end of those 4 days, you'll return and present your swords to our panel of expert judges. And after they've thoroughly tested them, they'll move one of you forward to represent the Marine Corps at the Battle of the Branches final competition and give you that opportunity to win a check for 50 grand. Good luck, Bladesmiths. We'll see you in 4 days.
Hoorah, hoorah. Good luck.
So it's day one. I'm back at my home forge in Springfield, Virginia. So I think the more difficult aspects of the build are the parameters that I have to build it to. It's very specific and very tight. So we'll see what happens. Because the parameters are so tight on the bend of the blade, my crazy idea is to take a 6x6 log, and then I'm gonna remove all the excess wood, and it's gonna leave me with the blade shape that I want.
Wow, that went better than I thought.
I plan on heating up the metal and whacking it on this log, and it's gonna bend and conform to it. I've seen a lot of the smiths straighten out their blade with this slap on the anvil. So why not try to do it on a big old log and put an arch in it? It seemed to work pretty well. I like just jumped 4 hours ahead of my little schedule. I'm getting ready to heat treat it. I wanna keep it thick because I'm worried about a warp. Quiet, Gene. I am exhausted. The quench went great. I'm ready to hit the rack.
All right, so it's day two. I'm getting ready to jump right into some forging. Hammer time. Well, this is a very thin, long blade. So what's difficult about a thin and long blade is just the pure fact that it's gonna warp. I'm constantly having to hammer the big curves back out and try to keep it straight as possible, all while trying to draw it out and get the width and the thickness that I want. It finally meets parameters. I'm finally able to move on to quenching. If I was to pick up a crack, that's start over time.
Man, this thing can do anything in the quench here.
If this thing snaps, we're gonna be close to being screwed, man.
I don't see any warps. It looks like it's pretty straight.
Super stoked about that. After today, I feel pretty damn awesome.
Day 3, and I'm ready to get going on sand casting a guard for my Mameluke sword. I've never done any sand casting before. Go big or go home. The consistency of the sand is the big thing. I went with play box sand, mixed it with some kitty litter and some water. Got it to the right consistency and took a shot at it. I molded some clay in this rough shape of a guard, and I used that to mold the sand around. I pulled out the clay. Now I'm ready to heat up my brass.
Let's go cast some metal.
My mold is ready. My brass is a big pool of molten hot brass. I'm ready to pour it in, so I'm gonna go for it. I'm really hoping this sand cast goes well because I've used a lot of time, and if it doesn't, I don't know how I'm gonna recover.
Moment of truth coming up.
Holy cow, it worked. I can't believe it.
I just gotta knock the sand off, clean it up a little bit on the grinder. That's a guard.
We got a guard.
Day 4, man. Today, I've got to sharpen this blade, get it out of here. My K-bar didn't do so well in the rope cutting test, so I want this blade to cut through whatever those guys are gonna put this thing through. I want that Marine Corps anvil pretty damn bad just because I want to be able to represent the Marines in the Battle of the Branches. I believe I can come home with that 50 grand and represent the Marine Corps very well. Damn!
So this is the start of day 4. So today I gotta start out with getting it all fit together.
When Doug Marcaito swings this thing, it is going to slice whatever it goes into.
I realized I had a little bit more time left, and I wanted to try to put the names of my competitors on the blade with some gun blue.
Rick, Garrett, Trip, and Gene.
I'm pretty happy with it. I know it's gonna cut. I am done.
All right, Marines, welcome. to the kill test. To find out what lethal damage your weapon will do, I'll take your weapon, deliver killing blows to this ballistics dummy. Trip, you're up first. You ready for this?
Get it, killer.
Hoorah.
Yikes.
Holy moly.
All right, Trip. First up, the handle construction. It is comfortable. Your edge here is sharp. Even cutting through the skull, no issues at all. No chipping, no glinting. And when you thrust with this, it penetrates and cuts all the way out. Overall, sir, your weapon will kill.
All right, hoorah.
All right, Gene, you're next. You ready?
Let's do this.
Oh, no. It bent it. All right, Gene. Your weapon picked up a warp right here, okay? Your handle, coupled with blood all over it, made it very slippery and hard to hold on to because it's blocky and smooth. And I lost my grip on it. That's a very dangerous thing to happen when you're trying to wield the weapon. But your edge is still sharp, your tip is still thrustable, and more importantly, it will kill.
That'll work.
All right, gentlemen, it's time for the strength test. So to test the overall construction of your blade and see if they're gonna hold an edge, I'll be smashing into these pots. Now remember, this test is not about what your swords do to those pots, but those pots do to your swords. Trip, you're up. You ready?
Ready?
Okay.
Yep. Holy moly. Dog.
Well, Trip, a few things before we get to the obvious. Your handle construction is very comfortable. Felt really good in my hand, felt like I could do a lot with it. But right there at the edge, there's that little brown spot. You got a micro crack on that edge.
Yeah.
So as soon as I hit that pot, it cut loose. I loved it, feel its shape and its look, but obvious problem.
All right, Trip, while I know any Marine could take that blade and still continue to fight, in this competition, your blade suffered a catastrophic failure after one strike on that vase. Gene, your blade only has to survive one strike on these pots.
The entire Marine Championship for Forged in Fire lies on one swing, and I've got a big old warp in my blade, so it's not over yet.
Nice job.
Gene, first off, you're in one piece. You picked up that bend earlier on, but you didn't pick up any more in this test. Strong blade, held up. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, Trip, looks like Gene's blade held up. That means that you cannot move forward to represent the Marine Corps in our next challenge. Please leave the forge.
Super disappointed. There's really no way to tell that you have like any minor cracks or anything like that. So you just, hey, you find out when you test them. That's how we found out today. Get it, brother. Gene's gonna freaking bring home that Battle of the Branches Marine Corps anvil. He's winning it for the Marine Corps.
Gene, congratulations. You've won this competition, and that means that you're going to be moving forward into our Battle of the Branches final competition to represent the Marine Corps at the Marine Corps Anvil. And that's going to give you an opportunity to win a check for $50,000. Good job, brother.
Thank you. Holy cow. I did not see this coming. It's been a fun ride up until now, but now I got to represent the Marines. So now it's game on, and it's about to get real. And those other branch service members better look out.